Hello and welcome to Fidelity's Green Pod, where we bring you a series of audiocasts highlighting the latest thinking and insights on sustainable investing and ESG issues, where ESG stands for Environmental, Social and Governance. I'm Kaden Ho from the Fidelity Singapore Intermediary Sales Team. In this episode on the test of metal, Decarbonising Steel, we highlight how we regularly engage with steel and mining companies to reduce the direct and indirect carbon emissions. From wind turbines to electric cars, a net zero carbon economy needs steel, but its production creates significant CO2 emissions that must be cut to mitigate climate change. We regularly engage with steelmakers on their plans to reduce direct emissions and with miners on the indirect emissions that arise from their steelmaker customers processing iron ore. On the western edge of the port of Hamburg, beside the cranes and the container terminals dotting the banks of the Aloud, an experiment is underway to revolutionize one of humanity's oldest industrial processes. If successful, it could help eliminate 5 to 10% of global carbon dioxide emissions. This is the home of the H2 Hamburg project. The company behind it is the world's largest steel producer, ArcelorMittal. It plans to build an industrial-scale demonstration plant that removes carbon emissions from the steel production process and that could one day be powered by renewable energy. The need to decarbonize is urgent. H2 Hamburg is just one example of the ways in which ArcelorMittal and other steelmakers hope to decarbonize the industry. Others include carbon capture systems and the creation of carbon-neutral steel via electrolysis. We routinely engage with ArcelorMittal and its peers on their decarbonization plans through a collaborative process. These engagements are also an opportunity for us to share trends and priorities we are seeing across the industry. None of this change will come cheap. The company acknowledged that some of its plans will need lawmakers to create a level playing field with imported steel. The sector will also need abundant clean energy to make carbon-neutral steel a reality at scale. Governments, more generally, have a role to play in setting policy frameworks and providing incentives for changes in corporate behavior. As an example, decarbonization was not a top-of-mind topic in China before President Xi announced the Net Zero 2060 carbon target, a move that surprised the market. Our engagements with steel and mining companies help us evaluate the prospects for individual firms. As we are vocal about ESG issues, we now get incoming calls from non-ESG leaders, including within the steel industry, who are looking to improve and want our input. Thank you for listening to Fidelity Green Pod and stay tuned for our next episode. For more sustainable investing insights, visit fidelity.com.sg. Investment involves risks. Please seek advice from a financial advisor. This advertisement has not been reviewed by the Monetary Authority of Singapore. FIL Investment Management, Singapore Limited.